Have you ever been asked by a child, a young person, maybe a teenager, they ask you, I need help. Can you help me with this? Help me color. Help me reach that on the top of the fridge. Help me learn how to drive a car. Help me, I'm in need. When we hear help, the person is needing us. It's not a favor. When we hear favor, me at least, it doesn't seem genuine. Do I really owe you a favor? But the word help is very powerful. We feel needed. We feel significance. Tim David talks about this. This is number 6 on Magic Words, and I think this goes very nicely alongside the How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This is the word help. Tim David is a magician, and he started years ago. And in the beginning, he had mainly spectators that would watch his tricks, but he wasn't at the top of his game. And he said there was this one trick that he was beginning to learn. It was a card trick, pretty simple, but there was a difference to it. He required a participant, where normally he wouldn't have any. He would ask for help. Will someone come to the stage and help me perform this trick? And it wasn't the elegance of the trick or the powerful effect. It was that there was a participant. He says, it was the audience participation. A seismic shift had occurred. Suddenly, I went from being the mage from the stage to being a guide from the side. It was no longer about showing people tricks. Instead, it was about leading them through an experience. The results were immediate and obvious. The word help was the cornerstone. I think this is very cool. I've been experimenting with the word help, where I would normally use some form of favor or something else, and it is powerful. It has very powerful effects. But do people really want to help us? He says here, I know because when I first started booking myself as a magician, I didn't have any other ideas as to how to get gigs. I picked up the phone and dialed like I was getting paid by the number. People seemed to have no problem hanging up on telemarketers. The moment I was identified as someone who was selling something, I would hear the dial tone. Through trial and error, I eventually and organically changed my conversation style from something like, can I please speak to the person in charge of hiring entertainment? To something like, hi, so-and-so, my name is Tim. I have a kind of a weird question. I was wondering if you could help me out. No one ever said no to my request for help. Sure, they sometimes ask qualifying questions like, what kind of help? Before they made any commitments. But on the chart of who said what, the biggest piece of the pie was taken by the folks who appeared willing and even eager to help. Perhaps it was because I used their name when possible. Maybe it was because of the curiosity I built with the phrase, kind of a weird question, curiosity bias. Or maybe it was the magic word, help. Suddenly, I was not someone who was robotically farming for transactions. I was someone who allowed himself to become vulnerable. I trusted them with my ego, and they didn't let me down. A connection, however small, was made. A connection, that significance, it fosters significance, a need for help. I want to help someone. When they ask me, I'm not going to turn them down. Think about how you feel when someone asks you for help. You are motivated because you feel like you are part of something bigger than yourself. It makes you feel important, like people are depending on you. That's powerful, guys. That simple use of the word help, whether that be in our text messages, when we're talking to people at work, instead of just being needed, you say you're the boss, you're the leader of the group. Instead of just being needed, this needs to be done. Why not? This is the task at hand, and I need help accomplishing it. Will you guys help me? People want that. They want to feel like they're a part of something. People love to solve problems. He says, people, when they learn a magic trick, sometimes it's so simple, once they understand what's behind the illusion, it's boring. But you leave the mystery, you let their minds pick it apart and figure it out, and it's that much more entertaining. Same with work, same with the people that we deal with in our everyday lives. Now, this is really cool too. These are little magic words. It's called plural pronouns. Good call center employees are experts at taking an irate, complaining customer and turning them into a problem-solving ally in a very short amount of time. One of their most successful strategies is to sprinkle plural pronouns throughout the conversation. Check this out. This is awesome. All right. Especially in text messages. I completely understand how you feel, sir, and we can absolutely help you with that. Let's take a look at your account and see what we can do for you. Words like let's and we are like mini magic words that help build connection. It's subtle, but it's strong. What you're saying is, I'm on your side. It's not you versus me. We're in this together. Help. Let's do this, guys. We are in this together. Think about how many times a day, instead of just being alone, you can bring people together by using little words like let's, these plural pronouns. Let's, we, us. One of the strongest connections two human beings can have is being aligned against a common enemy. This is why the good cop, bad cop strategy works so well. The target of the strategy and the good cop are a team working toward the same mission of saving the target from the bad cop. When asking for help, you must be perceived as the ally and not the enemy. Using plural pronouns will do that for you. Powerful. And a key here also is being truly genuine. When someone asks us for a favor, when someone asks us to borrow money and they haven't paid us back, we have resentment towards it. We don't, what favor do I owe you? You didn't pay me back. Why would I do you a favor? Why would I help you out? Genuine letting go of the ego, like he says, letting go of the ego, being vulnerable, and asking for help. I need your help. Now, summing up this help chapter, at the end, a couple bullet points. The magic word help fosters engagement and interdependence in those who hear it. A proper request for help moves people to behave according to social norms and makes them feel important, like they are part of something larger than themselves. Make use of plural pronouns while asking for help. And finally, asking for help requires vulnerability, which is a powerful force in creating connection and rapport between individuals. So guys, help. Ask for it. Don't be afraid. Let the ego go. It's okay to be vulnerable. People want to help. I'll see you guys soon.